Hello and welcome to Mollie's Motif. This is Emily and today we have another Cut It Up challenge starting. It's a 2-week challenge and we want to see all things Thanksgiving. We've got Halloween behind us, even though it's only a day behind us. It is behind us and we're looking forward to the next holiday. So we just want to see all your projects that have to do with Thanksgiving. And I am going to be making a Thanksgiving card. And I'm going to be using an image from the Simply Charmed cartridge. I've never used this little turkey image, and so this is what I'm going to be cutting today and putting on my card. It is found on page 61 of the handbook, and it's really easy to put together. I did not do layer 1 though on the card. I didn't need my legs, the turkey legs, to be a different color, so I just cut the base cut out of brown, and then I cut layer 2 to get the wings and the beak. I cut layer 3 to get the body, and layer 4 to get I didn't know what this was called, the hangy down part on the beak. It's called a snood. It's S-N-O-O-D. I looked that up, but that's what it's called. So and so layer 4 is the snood. There's your education for the day. But here's my turkey. This is how he turned out, and I think he's pretty cute. I went ahead and embossed the back portion, so my base cut, I embossed that with some Swiss dots just to give it a little bit more texture, and then just layered them together. I guess if you wanted his, just a different color of the legs, you would go ahead and cut layer 1 out of whatever color you wanted, but I didn't worry about that. So, and I cut him at 2 3/4 inch. So that's the size, and I did cut a shadow, the shadow piece on there. So that's how that turned out. I think he's pretty cute. Like I said, I've not used that cut before, so I was excited to use something. You know, I've had the cartridge for a few years, but I've not used that cut, so it's always nice to find, you know, cuts that you haven't used and incorporate them in your projects. And then my paper, all my pattern paper, you probably couldn't have guessed, but I am using my Doodlebug Design Happy Harvest pack, and look, it's just my cover. I've gone through it. That paper, I'm so bad, but I just used everything because I loved it so much. So that, I don't know if you're gonna see any more projects from me with that paper, because it's pretty much, I'm just down to the scraps. And then I just have just a blue base. I don't even know what color to even call this. I guess it's turquoise. I don't know. It's a dark turquoise color. And it's just a standard A2. And all of my papers, most of all my papers that I'm using, I rounded the corners just with my small corner rounder from Hobby Lobby. So that's where my corners are rounded from that. And then here is my base mat. It's just this fun, you know, just, I don't know. I love the polka dots, and the blue, it's not a traditional Thanksgiving color, but I love it. I think it just adds a little bit of pop. So that's my base. And then I have another piece of that pattern paper, and it's just yellow, kind of a gold and yellow polka dot paper, and I'll be putting that here. And then I have another strip of the pattern paper, and this is kind of the basket woven pattern on there, like it looks like a basket weave. And I'm just going to be putting that right down the edge of my other mat, like that. And then my little turkey, I'll pop him up on some foam tape and put him up there. Maybe I'll put him on an action wobble. I don't know. We'll see. But he's going to go up at the top. And then I took another piece of that dark turquoise, and I ran it through the Cuttlebug with the Swiss dots. If you're not familiar with the Swiss dots, this is, I think it's pretty popular. So that's the embossing folder for that. So I went ahead and just cut this square at 1.5 inches. And then here's my sentiment. And I'm going to put it kind of on a diagonal, something like that, down the center of that woven strip. So that's kind of where that's going. And then my sentiment, the Happy Thanksgiving, it comes from Cards TV, Mary's, one of Mary's sets. It's the Happy Day set, and it's throughout the year, just all the different occasions throughout the year. I really like this set. So thank you, Mary. I actually won a challenge over there, and she sent me that, so I'm grateful to have that in my collection. Okay, and then just to kind of top it off, I'm going to take some jute twine, hemp cord, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to be wrapping it around the base. This is kind of hard to work with, but anyway, you'll kind of get the idea. We'll just do that, something like that. And then I've got a button that I'm going to go ahead and put on top, and then I'll probably thread the cord through and tie a big bow. So that's going to be kind of down in the corner. So that's the gist of my card, kind of where I'm going, a little bit different. And then just so you are aware, give credit where credit is due, I did go to Mojo Monday and I found this sketch that I really liked, and I just kind of played with that a little bit. Didn't follow it completely, but this is, you know, my base inspiration came from that sketch. So it's a bit different, but it's kind of where that all came from. So I'll get this put together, and then I'll come back and show you how it all turned out. Okay, so here's my finished card. I really like how it turned out. It's not your traditional Thanksgiving card, but it's fun and it's cute, and I really like it. So I did go ahead and pop up my turkey and my sentiment on 1 thickness of foam tape. And on my sentiment, I did go ahead and add just kind of an accent stamp. And I was looking through my stamp sets and found I have this Hero Arts all occasion type of a stamp set. And they had just this little, it kind of reminds me of wheat or barley. I don't know. But I thought it would be perfect. So I just pulled that out and stamped it on its side and thought that was just kind of the touch it needed. And then I went ahead and got my button all threaded through and tied the bow in it. And there are quite a few glue dots under there just to kind of keep everything in place. So that's how the front turned out. And then the inside, super simple. Kept it very simple. Just cut a mat out of some cream cardstock. I think it's 5x4. And then just rounded the corners with my small corner rounder. Just cut a strip of that mat from the front. Just a scrap that I had left over, and just adhered that down. And then I stamped Count Your Blessings, and that comes from the My Creative Time Life is Good stamp set. And this is a great one too. This has a lot of fun sayings on it. So it's very simple, very easy to put together. And I hope that you are able to join us over at Cut It Up Challenges for our Thanksgiving challenge. It goes for 2 weeks. And I am anxious to see what you come up with your projects for Thanksgiving. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. I'd appreciate any comments or feedback that you'd have for me. You can always check out my blog. It's mollymugsblog.blogspot.com. And we will catch you next time.